So I was thinking about what is the American dream for younger millennials and for Gen Z. And I've had the privilege of working with some Gen Z aged people, 18, 19, 20 over the past couple of years. And there are a couple of things that I've heard that kind of put things into perspective. I already kind of have some of this perspective myself, but maybe for people a little bit older than me. And one of the things that I ask when I ask this question is, what does the American dream mean for you? And the most common answer I get is, I want a chance at having my own place to live, and I don't want to have a bunch of roommates. And but housing is too unaffordable to do that, or the wages and the inflation and the cost of living is too high in order for me to feel secure enough to make that purchase. Which is also a sentiment that I share. Something more interesting to me, though, is that of all the younger people that I've talked to under the age of 25 in the last year or so, very few of them actually could tell me what a primary election was, and what a midterm election was, and what a general election was. And 6 out of 6 men that I talked to had not gone down to the post office and filled out their draft card for military service, which is part at that time when you do that, you can register to vote. All but three out of like maybe the 10 I've talked to were actually registered to vote. So I think this is a massive failure in terms of the voting stuff of civics education, for one. But I also think that you got to remember, these kids don't know politics from, they're not self aware of politics at age 8. So if they're 18 now, what's the last 10 years of the political climate been? I think that time and time again, they see politicians not taking action and reaching across the aisle and getting things done for the American public. They see a lot of very strange stuff in politics. I mean, I was born in the Reagan era, lived through Bush 1, Clinton, Bush 2, Obama, Trump, but I have all the other presidents that were still alive, like Carter and things like that, to kind of like reflect on those administrations. And what these kids know now is just like this over the top rhetoric, weaponized politics and things like that. So, anyway, like, what can you do to help them? Counsel them financially, for one. Show them the value of savings. Um, help them budget. Educate them on civic duties, on jury service, on registering for military service, on all those things that I talked about before. But we are failing these people, and let me tell you, you know, the the gold reserve in our country is the youth. It's who's going to take care of us when we're older. It's who's going to fill these public seats, these vacancies in the military, these vacancies in these jobs that, not a lot of people want to do, that require a real big heart, or a real big, physical drive to want to work and serve. And I think we need to be doing a better service. The youth are our future, and let's not kid ourselves. Our senior citizens, our elderly, they're really important too. And for decades upon decades, you know, we haven't been doing right by them either. There's so much to be gleaned from the innocence of a child and from the wisdom of an elderly person that I think us in this age group of, let's say, 30 to 70 to 65 even, maybe I'll lower it a little bit, we need to step it up. We need to set a better example for these people, and we need to calm things down. We need to lower the temperature and return back to civility. And I understand sometimes being loud is what you need to be heard, but there's a way to do it tactfully. And I hope that maybe I'm just invoking some thought here. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good time and a great start to your week. And you might think I'm foolish for mentioning this, but COVID is still out there. It really is. And the more infections you get, the more chances you run of longer term side effects. And talk to somebody with long COVID before you totally just discount everything that's going on with that. Just on a final side note, I love you guys. Have a great day. And remember, surprise somebody that you care about in a way that lets them know it when they least expect it. Thanks again for tuning in.